Fantasy Life I managed to make me feel relaxed at an honestly pretty stressful time. As a cozy, slow-life RPG, by definition, this game promises a full immersion into your own fantasy adventure and lets you live 14 different lives. There is gathering, crafting, decorating, an open world, and also, not surprising for an RPG, combat. So today I want to share with you why Fantasy Life I has such a special place in my heart and why it is the ultimate cozy experience for me and why it may or may not be the same for you. So let's look at everything the game has to offer, starting with the story. The story kicks off on a skyship as we are guided to an uncharted island that we get to name and explore ourselves. And it just so happens that we travel 1,000 years back into the past to a time before everything fell apart in the present day. So now it is on us to explore the mystery surrounding what happened on this island. The story is super wholesome. I am a crybaby, so it did get me close to tears. It is lighthearted, humorous, and the puns are very corny, sometimes even literally. I simply loved every single character. Rem is super cute. The king provides some of the best comic relief with his overprotectiveness, and then there is the quirky archaeologist with his bird, or Auntie Anne oversharing her dating life. The world and its charm is the true cozy factor in my opinion. It has a whimsical atmosphere, a soothing soundtrack, an absurdly adorable art style, and each region on the map looks vibrant and full of personality. And it is also almost impossible not to chuckle at the humorous dialogue lines. As a fan of the old Fantasy Life 3DS game, it all made me feel very nostalgic. So now that we have our very own island to restore, we get full reign over how we decorate, both inside our home and on the island. In the beginning, we need to clean up the debris first though. And the bigger the rock, the more islanders we need to remove it. We can get more islanders by finding the so-called strangelings, which are object-turned humans, and we need to bring them back to their original form. And for that, you need to collect flowers that spawn in real time. We also get rewards for developing our island, and it is very reminiscent of Animal Crossing, especially with the guild office counter that lets you manage each aspect. I think fans of cozy life sims will love the island creation and management. I certainly know I do, even when I haven't gotten far with it yet. But there's also terraforming and changing infrastructure by adding bridges and stairs. The villagers also have unique house designs, and it is just lovely. I still have so much to work on my island, and I am really looking forward to it. There are 14 lives that we can play and switch between anytime. There are combat classes, gathering classes, and crafting classes. Crafting works for all sorts of things, be it armor and potions, or even artwork and furniture. I love the idea of being something cute like a cook or an artist, or something hands-on like a woodcutter or carpenter. But then there are of course more typical ones like the paladin or hunter. The lives are all interconnected and work well together. So first you would gather the materials, then craft a useful item, and then use this item in battle, and so on. Mastering multiple lives is definitely recommended for a smooth experience. I went with Tailor first to sew some cute clothes, and then I picked Magician so I could actually defend myself. I also got a glimpse into the new classes, the farmer and the artist, and then I discovered how smooth and easy combat as a hunter is. We can rank up at our guild by doing life challenges, we become stronger, and we unlock more skills and crafting recipes. Mechanically, each life has its own unique gameplay, little mini games and perks, and it is pretty fun to explore them one after another. I think you could sink in so many hours just exploring them all and grinding all lives. I think Fantasy Life has always been attractive to core RPG players, and it is very recent that it has been gaining attention from cozy gamers like us. And as such, the complexity of the game might be a bit overwhelming for you at first. Like in every classic RPG, there are stats that represent your character's strengths and weaknesses, and wearing armor and equipment can give you boosts. We can also pick which skills we want to unlock, and if you change your mind later on, you can reset them anytime, so there is absolutely no need to stress about building your character wrong. Yes, there were times when I hit a wall in the story and I found my enemies a bit too strong. So I went back to the village to train and gear up before trying again. But honestly, I still haven't died a single time yet, even when I ran into enemies that were more than 10 levels above me. I also have a pretty slow reaction time and I do not manage to dodge all the time, and yet I managed to do it. So it might be a little trial and error, but that's also the beauty of it in my opinion. This game is a slow burn and you will grind levels a lot, but as you grow and craft everything yourself, you will get a real sense of achievement, and it honestly feels so satisfying. I am usually a solo player, but Fantasy Life I almost converted me into liking the idea of multiplayer. The game supports crossplay, so we can play with anyone regardless of platform. So at the moment in multiplayer, you cannot do the main story together. This is a pretty big concern that many players have, but they are currently rolling out updates to make the experience even better. But overall, I really like the idea to explore the big open world together. The design of the big open world itself is pretty cool. In theory, I really like the idea of going out exploring, but I actually spent very little time there. And that is because the game doesn't necessarily encourage you to go there. To be honest, it somehow feels a bit disconnected from what is going on at the core of the story. But there is a chance this might change later in the game. So in this big open world, you basically go and grind and work towards getting better equipment. And you can also explore shrines and unlock pretty cool NPC buddies there. So there is a companion system where we unlock these NPCs that will help you out almost like a real player. You can add them to your party and they would do jobs like fighting or gathering for you. They really do enhance my solo experience, and it does feel nice to have some characters in my party even when I play alone. The game really lets you play at your own pace and in whatever order you like. And I really love that freedom. That said, the lack of guidance can be a bit overwhelming. I think you could min-max every single detail, but even if you wing it without a plan like I do, you can still have a great time. So try not to overthink it and do what seems the most fun to you. The graphics look absolutely stunning. I played on the PC with an Xbox controller and it ran very smoothly. I also heard great things about the Steam Deck version. Also, smooth controls, zero bugs or crashes. I had absolutely no issues. Fantasy Life I is full of action and yet full of coziness at the same time. It can get pretty complex and grindy, and it definitely takes time to master it and figure it all out. I can see how that might not be for everyone, but the game also gives us plenty of freedom to truly make the experience our own without punishing us. It has a whimsical, heartfelt atmosphere to put you at ease and tons of content to sink your time into. I think there is so much to fall in love with, even if you might not love every single aspect of it. I feel like I have barely scratched the surface, and yet Fantasy Life I has already become one of the coziest slow life RPGs I can think of. So what do you think of the game? I would love to hear about it, and I am reading every single comment. So thank you guys for all the love. And also let me give a quick shout out to our lovely members. So many thanks to Danny, MJ, Ty, Liana, Faye, and Mandy. Take care and have a lovely day.